All right, Nick, let's talk Florida State football. How could we not talk Florida State football when it is literally on fire now? Recruiting is going absolutely insane down in Florida State. Mike Norvell and co have this team literally looking like championship contenders the way they've recruited for some of these classes coming up. But I want to get into it, Nick. I think this is going to be really exciting for Florida State fans.
Yeah, Miles, there's not one, but two big reports affecting the program at Tallahassee. A lot of great news what Coach Norvell has done. But before we get to those, Florida State fans, look, regular season, not too far away. Summer practice, summer training is in full swing with these athletes. Training camp is not far away either. First week of August when players start to report. Football is almost back, and that's why we want you in the comment section below. Give us your prediction for Florida State football for the 2023 campaign. How many wins, how many losses, how far do they go? Do they win the ACC title game? Do they get there? Do they make the college football playoff? Whatever it is, give us your prediction. Now it's time to do it in the comment section below. But all right, Miles, what you got? What's the latest out of Tallahassee?
Yeah, Nick, let's get right on into it. This is, of course, over from Hayes Fawcett on Twitter. Hayes Fawcett, really great follow for all breaking college football news. And let's get started with the big one, Nick. Five-star cornerback Charles Lester III of Venice, Florida, out of Venice High, announced his commitment to Florida State Friday afternoon. The 6'1", 185-pounder chose the Seminoles over Colorado. Lester ranks as the number 20 player in the On3 industry ranking. He also tabs in as the number 2 cornerback and the number 4 player in the state of Florida. Florida, such a competitive our high school football state. Number 4, very, very good. The Sunshine State DB joins Coach Mike Norvell in the Seminoles top 15 class in 2024 team rankings. He's accompanied by 5-star tight end Landon Thomas and 4-star running back Cam Davis, and our next recruit that they just landed, 4-star offensive tackle Manasseh Atete. I might have butchered that. I apologize if I did. I gave him my best shot, but this is out of Modesto, California. Central Catholic announced the commitment of Florida State Saturday afternoon. The 6'5", 295-pounder decommitted from Southern Cal yesterday. Atete ranks as the number 354 player in the On3 industry ranking, the number 24 offensive tackle, and the number 31 player in the state of California. The Golden State O-lineman joins Coach Mike Norvell in the Seminoles top 10 class in 2024. Nick, this is getting good. We've seen it. 2 commitments, and this class has already jumped up 5 spots in between stories. That is very interesting. I think they're going to go even higher. What do you think about the craziness down in Florida State, and what is going on? What's in the water in Tallahassee? How are they recruiting this good?
Yeah, the Seminoles are back. I think we can say that definitively now. Now, we don't know how 2023 will shake out. I think they'll be pretty solid this season. But in terms of the long-term success of this program on a national level, they're back. This is a big-time recruit, talking about Charles Lester III. This is a guy who could have gone to Alabama. Coach Prime over there at Colorado was really invested in this kid. They nailed him down. Obviously, in-state talent, phenomenal football player. Great job by Norvell and company. But how about the fact they go to Southern California and get the quality 4-star offensive lineman right in Lincoln Riley, the great head coach, of course, of the USC Trojans, getting him right out of his backyard. That's a great move by Norvell. And to me, this is a message to us, the fans, the viewing public, that Florida State is returning to a national program, right? We knew they were doing well in terms of local recruiting, in terms of in-state, the state of Florida. They were moving up the ranks in the ACC as they should, right? This is one of the true blue blood programs in all of college football. But the big question was going to be, can they return to national prominence? And these 2 reports are a sign that they can. They got a West Coast kid right out of Lincoln Riley's playbook. Lincoln Riley loves these kind of offensive linemen. He recruited them heavy at Oklahoma. Obviously, he's doing the same thing at USC, and Norvell was able to pull him away and get him to commit to Florida State. Huge move, is a sign of national strength. And Lester here, he's a top 20 recruit in the entire country. Literally every single program would love to have this kid. Future NFL talent written all over him. Florida State was able to get him to commit as well. This is the sign, the best sign yet, that Florida State, they're not just going to be good in the ACC, competing for a trip to the ACC title game in 2024, 2025, and beyond. They're going to be competing for trips for national titles. They're going to be competing for opportunities to play in the college football playoff. I think what Norvell has done up to this point is extremely commendable, and Florida State fans should be excited for the future.
Yeah, Nick, and I think that this is really just a recruiting masterclass because you brought it up. We talked about Coach Prime over there, one of the best cornerbacks of all time, and he has gotten some of the best corner talent just off of his pedigree alone. We look at Travis Hunter moving from Jackson State to Colorado to be under the tutelage of Coach Prime, and you think to yourself, how could they possibly steal one of the top cornerbacks away from a guy like that? That's because they have their own recruiting magic of their own. Patrick Surtain Sr., father of Patrick Surtain, and currently in the NFL of the Denver Broncos, one of the great cornerbacks in the NFL right now. But Surtain Sr. himself was a very good player. He was first team All-Pro once, second team All-Pro once, 3-time Pro Bowler. This guy was a stud in the NFL. So he has his own pedigree to show these top flight corners, hey, Florida State, we've produced a lot of DB talent in the past. I'm here, and we are going to keep continuing doing that going forward. So, Nick, I think this was a big-time get. Flex their recruiting muscle here a little bit and just show that they can come out here and run with the best teams in the country.
And yeah, Miles, I just want to highlight the fact that not only they're ranked high in terms of overall recruiting, and that's what I was looking up while you were talking here, they're doing it in terms of not just getting a high volume of recruits, it's high quality recruits as well. The only other 4 programs in the top 8 that I can see that have a higher average score than Florida State in terms of commit so far for the 2024 class are Georgia, national champion past 2 seasons, clearly national title contender, Ohio State, and Alabama. Right? Those are the 3 top programs in all of college football. And right now, Florida State is recruiting not quite at their level, but pretty darn close. Like I said, that's a great sign that Florida State is going to very quickly return among those programs competing for national titles year in and year out.